Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I would like to congratulate the University of Tehran and its Department of History, who is celebrating the legendary professor of Muhammad Bastani Parezi. He was great in his own right, as he wrote many books. I have seen a long list of big books written by him. He was a researcher, writer, poet, musician, calligrapher. In fact, he was a prolific writer. And celebrating the legendary teachers and faculty members actually shows the greatness of people who are celebrating and commemorating their colleague and fellow professor. As the poet has said, Naam-e Neek Raftagan Zair Makun Ta Bimanad Naam-e Neekat Barqarar. As you know, Pakistan and Iran share great relations since centuries. We are enjoying historical, cultural, social and literary relations between two countries, and Iran was the first country who recognized Pakistan as an independent state in 1947. And I am here to strengthen these relations and to convey the message of Pakistan to the Iranian great nation. And I am happy that today, having a chance to be with you in this August gathering and addressing the younger generation of Iran, in continuation of my humble services to strengthen the bilateral relations between two countries, today I am presenting my research paper captioned Local Historiography and the Concept of History from Iqbal Lahori's Perspective. Local historiography can have multiple domains. Generally, it is understood that the study of the political and social evolution of a particular region, city, tribe, or a specific group within society falls under its scope. However, in my view, the domain of local historiography is broader than that. It may also include the literary, educational, and cultural study of a particular region or institution. Local historiography, in its essence, provides the foundations for collective historiography. The key question is, what is the purpose and objective of historiography, whether local or collective, and what should it be? In this paper, we examine the thoughts of Iqbal in this regard. According to Iqbal, the concept of history is deeply connected to his understanding of time and space. And his notion of time and space is inseparable from the concept of destiny. For him, history is not merely a chronological account of events, nor does he interpret it as separate narratives of the individual and the nation. In Iqbal's view, history is the account of the collective existence that emerges from the interaction between the individual and the nation. He considers history a mean of national self-awareness, a musical instrument whose strings hold the sweet melodies of the past and in whose embrace the present of the nation is born. History brings the bygone days to life, and through it, societies can learn the art of creating new life. Without history, nations become blind in daylight and worshippers of darkness. If we aspire to eternal life, we must not allow our born with the past and future to be served. To Iqbal, the relationship between the individual and the nation is like a thread strung with pearls. In his view, individuals are like stars that form galaxies. Hence, nations and individuals must not be viewed in isolated from one another. He says, "Fardo qawm aynaye yak digar sil ko gugar kehkashano akhtar." Just as an individual life, through the connection of soul and body, a nation remains alive by preserving the dignity of its ancient identity. For the nation, its past is a source of self-realization. If it forgets its past, it is destined to be lost in the darkness of oblivion. Iqbal says, "Zinda far az irtibat-e jano tak, zinde qawm az hifz-e namus-e kohan, marg-e fard az khushki-e rud-e hayat, marg-e qawm az tark-e maqsood-e hayat." Marg-e fard az khushki-e rud-e hayat, मर्ग कौम अज तर्क मकसूद हयात, कौम रूशन अज सवाद सरगुज़श्त, कौम रूशन अज सवाद सरगुज़श्त, खुद शनास आमद से याद सरगुज़श्त, सरगुज़श्ते को गरज याद शवद, बाज अंदर नीस्ती गुम शवद. According to Iqbal, humanity today is in need of three essential things. Humanity needs three things today: a spiritual interpretation of the universe, spiritual emancipation of the individual, and basic principles of a universal import directing the evolution of human society on a spiritual basis. The third point among these universal principles that can guide the development of human society on spiritual foundations draw our attention to the fact that in pursuit of such principles, we must inevitably turn to our history. Iqbal believes that the growth of a society must be rooted in spiritual foundations. He rejects the materialistic interpretation of human history, considering it incorrect, and instead insists on building it upon spiritual foundations, but not on man-made or artificial spirituality. Rather, he advocates for the spirituality whose source flows from the Holy Quran. In one of his letters, Iqbal wrote, "The materialistic interpretation of human history is absolutely wrong. I believe in spirituality, but in the spirituality as understood in the Quranic sense. The Quranic concept of spirituality is not beyond the truth of information. According to the Quran, history is a valid source of knowledge. And for any source to be considered knowledge, it must be authentic. Thus, the Quran has laid down a fundamental principle of historical criticism. Since history is based on events, it is essential that the accuracy and reliability of those events be beyond doubt. In this regard, Iqbal draws our attention to Surah Al-Hujurat, verse 6, which establishes a critical standard for verifying report. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu an tusibu qawman bijahalatin fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadimin. O you who believe, if a sinful person comes to you with news, verify it carefully, lest you harm people in ignorance and then regret what you have done. This verse highlights the importance of scrutiny and verification of information before accepting it as truth. a principle that Iqbal sees as essential for building a reliable historical record and aligns with the Quranic foundation of knowledge. However, interests of the Quran in history, regarded as a source of human knowledge, extends further than mere indication of historical generalization. It has given us one of the most fundamental principles of historical criticism. Since accuracy is recording facts which constitute the material of history, is an indispensable condition of history as a science, and an accurate knowledge of facts ultimately depends on those who report them. The very first principle of historical criticism is that the reporter's personal character is an important factor in judging the testimony. My paper is continued and hope you can read it in the anthology of research papers which is going to be published soon. But I would like to present some verses of Iqbal at the end. Iqbal identifies two major concepts within Muslim thought about life and matter. First is the concept of the unity of the origin of life, and second is a deep awareness of the reality of time. I am skipping all these details, and we conclude with Iqbal's poetic expression of his idea on history from the book Rumuz Behudi. Cheez Tarikh Aiz Khud Bigane Dastani Qisse Afsane In Tura Az Khishtan Aga Kunat Ashnaye Karo Marde Ra Kunat Ruhra Sarmaye Tabast In जिसमें मिल्लत राचु आसाबस्त इन हम चु खंजर बर फसानत निजनत बाज बर मुये जहानत निजनत शोलये अफसुर्दे दर सूजश निगर दूश दर आगूश इमरूजश निगर शम्मे उ बख्त उमम रा कौकबस्त रोशन अजबई इमशब हम दीशबस्त चश्म पुरकारी के बीनद रफ्ते रहो پیشه تو باز آفرینت رفته را ضبط کن تاریخ را پاینده شو از نفسهای رمیده زنده شو دوش را پیوند با امروز کن زندگی را مرغ دست آموز کن رشته ایام را آور به دست ورنگردی روز دور و شب پرست مشکل خواهی حیات لازوال رشته ماضی ز استقبال و حال.